It's the Fantasy Football Awards, and boy, do we have a good show for you. You ready?
Oh, I'm ready.
Oh, that's not an intro. Come on, where's the entrance? Yo! That's the entrance we want here on Fantasy Football Advice Network. It's too much fantasy football. It's Brian, it's Brennan. What's happening, man?
The reason why is I got another text from Edison, the electric company, letting me know that my power might shut off again in the next couple hours. So sorry, folks, for the delay. Yeah.
Yes, those fires are roaring. They're coming in hot, but they're not stopping this show. No siree. We're here to drop off our Fantasy Football Awards. We threw out the poll. You voted, and now we're here to deliver it. And I couldn't think of a better person to do it with. Come on, Brendan, you excited? We got some playoff football
I'm
right
excited.
now.
Yeah, we got some playoff football. We're actually recording during the halftime of the Bills game. Brian has the Broncos. I have the Bills. So
We just watched the
good
doink,
start.
so maybe that's how it's going to go for the rest of the game for me. I can totally see it. Well, folks, without further ado, let's get this party started. All right, everybody, we've got to start off with our first award here. It's the Comeback Player of the Year. Yes, we have J.K. Dobbins, of course, coming off the Achilles tear, the broken knee, the cracked spine, everything else he broke. Sam Darnold, is he really coming back from anything? I don't know, but you know what? He came and played this year. And then Joe Burrow did make the playoffs, but it wasn't in spite of him. He absolutely crushed it this year. And the winner is J.K. Dobbins. Yes, absolutely, J.K. Dobbins. Look at our boy right there. Coming back from, I mean, dude, I didn't believe in it. It was hard to
Every
buy into the
injury
hype.
possible. Yeah, I mean, he deserves it. I mean, you got him basically in the late rounds. Sam Darnold, I would say it's comeback for fantasy football, not for real. I think they should have like a most improved award for like actual NFL purposes. But like for comeback for fantasy football, I agree.
Absolutely. And you know what? I think we can see maybe one more year of him. Does he maintain it? That's the big question we're going to have going into this offseason.
If he stays with the Vikings, yes. It's Kevin O'Connell's the head coach. That's the thing, though.
100%.
So
All right, man. You ready? You want to take us off with the
do
next
it.
award?
Yeah, man. The next award we have here is the Waiver Wire Hero Award. I mean, we have so many, candidates here. I think we had like, what is this? 8 of them. We had Bo Nix. We had Sam Darnold, Bucky Irving, Tyrone Tracy, Jordan Mason, Jerry Jeudy, Juwan Jennings, and Jonnu Smith. And voted by you guys was the winner, Bucky Irving. Is this who you voted for?
Yeah, it was Bucky for me. I had to.
Yeah. I think for me, I think I voted Jonnu Smith. I just think like getting a tight end that you can just reliably start and just putting up like crazy numbers. But like, I think it's because I drafted Bucky in a lot of my leagues at the very end and just held on to him.
Yeah, I think that was the kind of the hard thing too. Jonnu Smith was really, really close just because it's a difference making position at the tight end position, so it was hard not to go with him. But just Bucky Irving, man, absolutely tearing it up. Excited to watch him this evening, see if he can continue that run in the Washington game.
Who do you have in that game?
What'd you say?
Who do you have in that game?
Well, I don't want to say it now because then it's looking like really dumb because it's already happened to these people watching this. But I'm going to pick the winning team because that's usually what I do. Alrighty, next up, folks, let's get that award up here. It's the biggest bust. Let's get these negatives out of the way. Several guys on this list, but I mean, we know who it is. Marvin Harrison, of course, big bust, but that was on us. We shouldn't have drafted him as early as we did. Travis Etienne. What was he, top 8 in ADP as far as running back goes? That one was bad. But this is where it's at. CMC, he's done it to us before. He did it back in the past. He's come back and done it again. Took him first overall, and he gave you nothing. Absolutely nothing. But the biggest bust, Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate just because, like, I think had we known about the injury, because, Kyle Shanahan's just real slick Rick over there in San Francisco, keeping that to himself, not to the public. How far would you still take in CMC one had you known he had tendonitis in his Achilles, or would you have gone CD or Tyreek
I think with his age and history, I probably would have avoided it. I took significantly less Jahmyr Gibbs this year just because of the hamstring injury that came out there at the end of the preseason. So I remember passing on him a little bit. Luckily, you take guys like Saquon in place of that, so it kind of worked out for you. But yeah, sometimes I just miss out on those players because of those injury warnings.
Yeah, I think I voted for ETN because I think like he played and was just still awful, like legitimately awful. How many games did he have that was like top 15?
Who,
Maybe
Travis
one.
Etienne?
Yeah,
Not
maybe it
very
was one.
many. I don't actually think he did. No.
Yeah, see, like I think the rest of these guys like did have somewhat like solid finishes, at least like the top 15, but I can't think ETN didn't have I think one. So that's why I voted for him.
Yeah, it started off RB 28, 20, 21, 39, 29, 70. Missed a couple games, 46, 40, 35. Yeah, this was worse than ETN because you were or than CMC because you were still playing him. 100%.
Hmm.
At least CMC you could have maybe pivoted to Jordan Mason and been okay for most of the season.
Yeah. Ugh,
Awesome.
my
Alrighty.
favorite.
Yeah, this one I'm excited for this award. This is one
Yeah,
that honestly this might have been one of the hardest that we had out there.
I
But go
agree.
ahead.
Rookie sensation. So we had a few, obviously we can name the names here. Jaden Daniels, Bo Nix, Bucky Irving, Malik Neighbors, Brian Thomas Jr., top five. Remember that. Lad McConkey and Brock Bowers. I mean, crazy, crazy names. But me and Brian here were discussing before the show because we had a tie here. I voted for somebody else. I voted for Brian Thomas Jr. So I had to stick between two people, and my vote was Brock Bowers. So Brock Bowers was our winner this year. Um, I mean, I think with my vote was because you got a number one player in the what 10th round, ninth round, and Jaden Daniels was great. Don't get me wrong, a lot of top five, top three finishes, but I think Brock Bowers was number one just every week.
Yeah. It it's hard not to pick it just because Jaden Daniels was so good. He finishes the top five quarterback. How do you not pick that? How do you not go with that? Bo Nix, even because then he gave you almost Jaden Daniels, but even cheaper. You're getting him off the waiver wire. Yeah, Brian Thomas Jr. was top five wide receiver. Malik Neighbor was incredible. Lad McConkey saved some seasons, propelled people into the playoffs. Like this was, I think, one of the hardest ones to pick. And it proved in the votes. Y'all were definitely split. It was half and half when it came down to Jaden Daniels and Brock Bowers.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I should have different music for this one. We should have a little sadder music here, but the Won't Fool Me Again award. Folks, I finally jumped on this team, and, our nominees Kyle Pitts. Yeah, he came at me,
It's
and he
just
broke my
funny because
heart.
you have like a few guys on here that
Kyle
he does.
Pitts is our other nominee. Yes, he comes in here at number 2. And, of course, our final nominee, Kyle Pitts. Damn it, folks, I'm not doing it again. I'm done. I'm out. I finally got to feel the pain of everybody else. And the winner is, let me go through the card here. It's Kyle Pitts. It's Kyle Pitts. Kyle Pitts, you... What do we do? Because Penix is coming in. Penix has got the rocket arm. Maybe that's all he's been missing. Kirk Cousins was injured. He wasn't able to deliver that deep ball. Maybe that's all Kyle Pitts needs. You need to
Or maybe
stop
some
me.
team trades for him in hopes something else happens. But the other nominees we had were ETN, Stroud, Christian Watson, Hollywood Brown, and Gus Edwards. I mean, I think I voted for. I won it. I think I voted for Christian Watson. Sorry, but I think it's kind of like an easy one out because obviously he tore his ACL. But I did that before the ACL tear. So
Oh man, I mean he's going into a contract year. You've also like you said, Hollywood Brown was on here. He's coming off an injury. He was a one and done in Cincinnati or in Kansas City. So there's quite a few guys that you can still sit there and you can build that narrative if you really want to be heartbroken.
yeah,
All right, next up, you got it.
let's do it. All right, folks.
Boom.
Unfortunately, we had some moments as the playoff bus. We had a few names here. Obviously, the top ones was Cooper Kupp, or as a lot of you referred to him as Pooper Cup. We also had Najee Harris, Zay Flowers, and Jordan Love. And the winner of the playoff bust was definitely Cooper Kupp.
Mm-hmm.
What are we doing next year? Do you think he's hit the wall? Like, do you think it's the age cliff finally? Or is it he's not eating breakfast anymore with Matt Stafford and it's Puka having cereal with him?
Dude, it's so hard because if it's a wall he hit, it's the hardest wall. Because he had a wide receiver 5 finish, didn't he? Just 2 weeks prior to this? He was finishing as the wide receiver 1 multiple weeks before that. And it was the hardest wall ever right before the playoffs. Through those 3 weeks, he was wide receiver 95. We had Jaden Reed in there, wide receiver 56 is a disappointment. Flowers at 41. Those are huge disappointments. But wow, Cooper Kupp.
I think for us though, we did tell you guys not to start Cooper Kupp in the playoffs. We were like, please, it doesn't
The
seem
schedule
like
was
there's
bad.
anything there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think for my vote, because I think I kept saying like, you can start him, was Jaden Reed. Jaden Reed was, I think, even the more bigger disappointment because it's like you just know there's that outcome of like they could use him. They just didn't use him in any fashion of, how they usually use them. It's crazy.
Which kind of stems to I didn't really have Kupp that decision to worry about, so he didn't hurt me as much. My vote would have gone to either Jordan Love, who was QB 22 over those 3 weeks, absolutely atrocious, a big benefactor in the Jaden Reed thing, but also Alvin Kamara. If there's anybody on this list that actually would have carried you to the playoffs all year, he was absolutely great. He was one of your draft day guys you were going after. I remember, absolutely great. But then when it came to the playoffs, man, RB46, those are heartbreaking. Those guys that like they just don't finish. Love, I mean, he was pretty good all season, and he did the same thing to you.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk some. Let's get on a happier subject here, folks. Cue the music, the happy music, or the same music that we've had. So I got some breakout stars, and no, we're not putting rookies in this one because there's too many breakout rookies. We're talking year 2+ players. Let's talk some Chase Brown. Yeah, the title's won with that guy. Maybe some Jackson Smith and Jigba, the guy that we wanted to drop for 8 weeks and then finally showed up. Yeah, or this guy, Jahmyr Gibbs, who his running mate went down just at the perfect time, right in time for the playoffs. And the winner is. This was another close one. It came down to 37% and 31%, but Chase Brown edges it out there, comes off with the dub. Absolutely amazing what he did, especially if you got him off the waiver wire in some leagues.
Yeah, I think for me, my breakout star was Devon Achane, just because everyone was just like, oh, can he stay healthy? Is he the guy? And like, clearly, if Tua is playing, it's great. Him and Tua are like this. So it's awesome. So that was my vote. I think there's a lot more question marks. There weren't. JSN would have been like my second too, just because like everyone's like, oh, down year, maybe the offensive play caller, but finally took him. Was it week 8 on? He was just basically you locked and loaded him in your lineup, no questions asked.
Yep, it was that week right before their bye. Because that was the most maddening thing. It was like, well, now I've got to keep him through the bye week because I don't know what's going on here.
Yeah.
So. Crazy stuff.
Yeah.
All right. Tell us, what is that next category?
The next category we have, folks, is the playoff MVP. I mean, some great names here. I mean, I can list some. Jonnu Smith, Brian Thomas Jr., top 5. I'm going to say it again every single time. Do not care. Jahmyr Gibbs, Jonathan Taylor, T. Higgins. I mean, so many names you could have named, but came in the top 3 between Gibbs, Jonathan Taylor, and T. Higgins, and everyone voted for Jonathan Taylor. As Colts fans, yay.
Look, I know he had the drop touchdown, and that was an 8-point swing, but he still finished as a top RB that week, and then he was the RB1 the next 2 weeks. Like, I survived the fumble. I survived him not getting into the end zone, and he carried me to a couple championships this year. So I was right there on board with the people voting for him. I thought he was definitely the playoff MVP.
I did win the championship with him, so I can't really complain, but it's still like still frustrating.
Oh man. Yeah. Oh, we're on loop on that one. We don't want that. All right. Next up, it is the MVP award. Who did playoff? Oh, that was you, right?
Hmm.
I don't even remember. Look at this, folks. Struggling. All right, MVP. Let's see what we had here. Cue the music. Gosh, falling apart. Where's the producer? We give him 1 week off, and he takes the whole season.
Fire the guy.
Baker Mayfield, like, long shot in there, but I really thought he should have been harder in this discussion for MVP. It really comes down to a two-duck race here. We got Jamar Chase and Saquon Barkley. Saquon Barkley, yeah, the guy who hurdles backwards. 2,000 rushing yards, an unbelievable season, but it has to be Jamar Chase. Like,
Triple crown.
Yeah, triple crown.
Like,
absolutely crushed it.
could you believe some moron on the show took Amon-Ra instead of Jamar Chase? I was a moron. I was just like, I love Detroit's offense. I was just like, I think Amon-Ra just going to go for 1,500 yards. And yeah, it was just, I should have taken Jamar. I will do that again.
I feel like Jamar Chase was the only first round like ADP player that like didn't disappoint at all. Like all other players up there, like AJ Brown missed time up there. Puka Nacua missed time.
I didn't say Justin disappointed. He had maybe one game that was bad, right? Like he had one game I feel like that was bad, but the rest were pretty good. I feel like.
Yeah, I guess he was pretty good, but I guess when you look to how much farther behind him and Jamar Chase was, it's got to be the deciding factor. Okay. He had a wide receiver 64 in there, but outside of that, he was top 30 plus, top 20 plus the majority of the game. So Justin Jefferson definitely up there, but like there are so many other of these players were Breece Hall, Bijan, just.
Breece hurt me so bad. Never again.
Alrighty, and our final award here, our final formal award anyway. Go ahead, take it away.
All right, it's the late season hero award, guys. We're just kind of holding on, waiting for them to kind of spark at the right time. We had Ladd and McConkey, Jerry Jeudy, JSN, Bucky Irving, and Chase Brown, and you guys all, it's a pretty big vote for Chase Brown was our late season hero. And I agree. When Zach Moss went down, Chase Brown was basically RB1 from there on out. And I think, where do you think he'd go? Do you think he'll be pick 16 and a half? Where is he? You taking him before 16 and a half?
I think he's going to go right around there. I don't know if I want to take him there.
Oh, I think I kind of want to take him there.
Oh man, the offseason, they're going to add somebody to that backfield. Zach Moss had a 2-year deal, but I'm pretty sure they can get out from it this year.
But I don't think he's a bad backup though. Like $4 million, like not terrible.
It's not. It really. So it's kind of the. Man, like I don't think it's going to be competition for him, but can he hold up for the full season? He did for the most part this year, but
yeah, the fidgety at the end ankle, like that was just because he just was trying to go down and like it was like kind of like one of those brain fart moments. I feel like so. Other than that, he was perfectly fine.
He did. I just tack on another season though. Where does that go? I'm excited. I hope he falls a little bit. I hope there's some bias, just with whatever. I mean, there's bias this past season going that people didn't want him for whatever reason. Hell, pretty sure you and I were going after Zach Moss for a good part of the summer. That, I mean, it's just the few times we went for the older back, that was one of them. That one was all over the place, though. Like, you look at the split, like 17, 18, 12, 12, 12. Late season hero, we had tons of them. Addison, I think, deserves like the yardage that Addison was pulling in. T. Higgins with one of his final couple games.
Jerry Jeudy before they switched to Dorian Thompson-Robinson was great. So that's another name.
The fact that he had over a 200-yard game and his rival, going up against the Broncos was incredible, incredible stuff. But folks, that is going to wrap it up for the Too Much Awards show. Brennan, do you have any other awards you want to throw out there?
Let me think here. Any other awards I want to throw out there? Like, no, I can't think of anything else. I think we kind of covered it.
Yeah, we
Oh,
did
how
do
about
the.
this? The Never Draft Again award? Or we had that. We had that. We used Kyle Pitts.
And luckily, I don't have to have the conversation about Christian Watson because that ACL was so late. He won't be in the conversation. We'll be talking about him weeks 12, waiver wire. Get ready for that show, folks. Christian Watson
I
come
can't
back.
wait for your new favorite Target love toy you're gonna have. It's just gonna be an absolute dud. You can't let go of.
We'll find him. Maybe I'll lean back into the Tajay Spears stuff. Hey, it's just I
Oh
like
God.
injured guys. I like injured guys. You know, I don't know what it
You do.
is. It's I feel like I can fix them. Maybe that's.
It's like that super hot chick that got like arrested for arson. She's like, I can fix her.
I can do it. Okay, I
I can
can.
do it.
All right, folks, that's going to
Oh
wrap it up
man.
for the award show. Look for more stuff coming from us. We'll make sure we dive into the divisional matchups, championship matchups over the next couple of weeks. And it's time to deep dive. You know, we're going to start looking into the 2024, what went wrong, what went right. And then, of course, we have rookies coming around the corner. We've got free agency around the corner. We've got to talk about all the fun stuff. Senior Bowl happens in just a few weeks. So get ready for all the
National
content.
championship game
Whoop,
following
whoop.
Monday.
Yeah.
Ohio State back 50.
I hope not. I hope not. But yeah, we'll be here for you. All the football, all the content, nonstop. It's at @too_much_Brian on Twitter, at @too_much_Brian everywhere else. Bryn, where the people finding you?
You can find me at X at Depressed Colts Fan. No, I'm just kidding. X at FFAMBmulk, and then on the Fantasy Football Advice Network as well.
Damn straight, folks. We'll see you next time. Later.